Well, obviously, in the night that really takes us to Sunday, United is going to be playing Arsenal at the MetLife Stadium in the USA, and they are going to really play in front of a capacity of 82,500 people. And why am I saying this? Simon Stone, a correspondent of Man United for the BBC, has confirmed to us the following: that organizers of Manchester United versus Arsenal have confirmed that all tickets have sold out and the game will generate record revenues for a club game at the MetLife Stadium. So it shows you that the game is sold out. The game is sold out, and they are really making huge amounts of money as far as this beautiful game of football is really concerned, and they are going to find themselves in a situation of obviously reaping big. Welcome to this channel. Here we come in peace to bring you the match preview of Arsenal versus Manchester United that is going to happen in the US. For Arsenal, this is going to be its fourth game of the preseason. Remember, they first played Watford 1-1, they played Newburgh 1-1, and they played the MLS All Stars, where they scored 5-0 into that fixture, where Kai Havertz scored, Jesus scored, Trossard, Jorginho, and Gabriel Martinelli. Now, when you look at Manchester United, they've gone ahead to play two friendlies. The first one was against Leeds. That game ended 2-0. Noah Emeran and Jack Hagel scored. Then the game they played on Wednesday before they set off for America was against Lyon, and they won by 1-0, scored by Donny van de Beek. When you look at Arsenal, Leandro Trossard, obviously doubtful for this fixture, but the manager promised us that the injury is not all that huge, to see to it that it threatens his progress into this beautiful game of United versus Arsenal, which is a rivalry game being taken from England, and it's now in America. Now, the rest of the players are really fit, and Zinchenko is a doubt also. Then Reece Nelson is out, but Thomas Partey, Emile Smith-Rowe come into the mix. When you hear that Emile Smith-Rowe is back, and Thomas Partey, because they joined the team on was it Wednesday? Yeah, they joined the team on Wednesday in America, and they've been training with the team very, very well. So Arteta has lots of options. Declan Rice fully fit, Kai Havertz fully fit, Julian Timber is another one who's fully fit, and the rest of the team is really doing well and wonders. So the only doubts are those, but the rest of the players are readily available and up for picks for this game. Now, this is going to be the third tussle, or the third battle, all face-off between Arteta and Erik ten Hag. The first one happened at Old Trafford, and it was won by it was won by United 3-1. Anthony scoring on his debut for Manchester United, Marcus Rashford scoring a brace, and Bukayo Saka scoring that leveler in the 54th minute. But later, 5 minutes later, United made it 2, and then they made it 3 through Marcus Rashford. Now, when United went ahead to play at the Emirates, that game ended 3-2. United got the lead through Marcus Rashford in the 7th minute. Then Arsenal leveled in the 15th minute. Then Bukayo Saka went in for a very good goal. You know, it was just a rocket of a color into the back of the net, and it was a spectacular, and it gave Arsenal the lead. Then Lisandro Martinez found the equalizer in the corner, looping header into the back of the net, and obviously, guess who really made it 3? It was Eddie Nketiah in the dying minutes at a time where I think Trossard combined with Zinchenko, Odegaard, and obviously it met Eddie Nketiah, and Eddie Nketiah put it into the back of the net and made it count to make it 3-2. So the two times they've gone ahead to meet, every manager is going to hate to win at his home ground. Now, this is the first game that's going to be played away from home, but I think Arsenal really have an added advantage, because for them, they find themselves in a situation of really playing more games than Man United, and all their players and signings are really here. But when you look at United, Andre Onana has just gotten in and is expected to be in goal for Manchester United against Arsenal. He has not yet played any preseason game with Man United and is going to play his first when he's playing Arsenal. That is a red flag for me. And Mason Mount has not yet played with Bruno Fernandes. And Casemiro in that midfield. Yet I believe Casemiro is going to be key into all that. So it's like they're going to play for the very first time, as Declan Rice is going to do with the likes of Thomas Partey in this team. But all in all, it's really going to be a very beautiful game to watch, and I think most of you are really eagerly waiting to see how this game of football is going to go down at the Meta Light Stadium. It's really going to be a huge one. When rivals meet, it's beyond what we call the friendly game. You saw it when United was playing Liverpool in Thailand last pre-season. The game ended 4-1, and obviously celebrations went over. Then when Arsenal beat Chelsea 4-1 last pre-season in America, you saw it. It is a London derby, and it's all about a derby, and these teams put up their best. And you saw it that Arsenal put Chelsea to the sword, and they sent a clear message to them that I think this time round we are a much more better team. So as we jet down into this game, don't expect any mercy. And I think you saw the tweet of Balogun that he put out. He said that Arteta doesn't take any game lightly. Even if it's a friendly, he requests for more and more and more from you. So don't expect any manager to take this lightly. We know the demands of Erik ten Hag. He even has a saying that good is not good enough. Mikel Arteta is also a manager who really wants to see his players perform at their best every game. So it's really going to be a huge one, and that's why I've decided to bring you this Arsenal predicted starting 11 into this fixture. And let's see who is really going to start in what position and how are they really going to fare into this fixture that is going to be played down in America, and that is in New York. So the system of Arsenal, it's going to be a 4-3-3 system according to me, because this is the system that Mikel Arteta is going to head to obviously field in most of the games, and we go to the pitch and see how these players are going to come in through. Now, I think Aaron Ramsdale is going to get his biggest test ever since he returned from the holidays, and he's going to start in goal, and he's going to face United. So obviously, you know his attributes. He's an expressive ball-playing goalkeeper, and he's a good shot stopper, and he's one of those that is really great. But this time round, United are going to find themselves in a situation of having an expressive ball-playing goalkeeper in Andre Onana that we anticipate is going to make his debut for Manchester United. Right back, I think it's going to be Ben White, and for Ben White, obviously he has shown his capability and potential to play that side, and Arteta is obviously reluctant from really returning him to the central defense after bringing Julian Timber. So Ben White is going to play that side, meaning that he's going to be facing Alejandro Garnacho or Marcus Rashford. That is it. So wait and see how Ben White is going to really tussle it out with Marcus Rashford. The last time they met at Emirates, obviously Rashford just cooked Ben White, and Ben White was taken off at the at the half time, and they brought in Tomiyasu, and Tomiyasu stabilized the situation. So let's wait and see how that is going to pan out. But Ben White is really going to be having a hell of a game, because Rashford attacking you for 45 minutes, and then they get in Garnacho Alejandro to come after you. It's a huge challenge for you to face into that beautiful game. But I understand he is more sober, and he has gone ahead to gain more experience as far as playing that right back is concerned at Arsenal. Left back, Jakub Kiwior, because Zinchenko is really doubtful, and the manager cannot really bring in Zinchenko in this game of football because he's not going to be playing into that Arsenal fixture against Man City. Yet Kiwior is being prepared to play as the left back into that game. So he's going to be facing either Amad Diallo or Anthony. That is it. But I think for the first half, he's going to face Amad Diallo, then Anthony will come in later. That is another big test for Jakub Kiwior to see to it that he finds himself into a very defensive mode. You need to sleep well, because those forwards are all pacey, and they really offer a lot of attention to detail. They can skip past you, so he has to prevent himself from being cooked by those forwards of Man United that play onto the right attacking side of the midfield. Now, after that, we go into the central defense. It's obviously going to be William Saliba on the right side of the central defense, and Gabriel Magalhaes on the left side of the central defense. But this defense is going to be attacked by Anton Martial. Anton Martial or Marcus Rashford, depending on who Erik ten Hag is going to choose to lead the line. In the previous 2 friendly games that we're going to play, they've not been playing with the centre forward because Anton Martial had not yet fully recovered, but we think he's really fully recovered to see it that he takes on this central defense. But even if it's Rashford or Anton Martial, obviously it's really going to be very threatening. But you'd rather play against Rashford than not Anton Martial, because Anton Martial is a more press resistant player. His hold-up play plays more of these players into play, and it can really cause threat. But for Marcus Rashford, he's not good on a hold-up play. He doesn't play well with his back to goal, and the likes of Saliba and Gabriel Magalhaes might get what we call a day off. But the only threat that you would obviously understand about Rashford is him busting into space. That is it. And secondly, Onana releasing him with his line-breaking passes, because he's good at that. So they need to keep an eye to that, and they're going to be facing Rashford or Anton Martial. But they are proven central defenders, and they can obviously offer the best they can, but they need to keep a very huge eye onto that. We go to the midfield that most of you are really waiting for, and obviously see who is going to come in through. Thomas Partey, having missed out on the game against the MLS All-Stars because his flight really, he never made it to the flight with his fellow teammates, but he joined them on Wednesday with Emily Smith-Rowe, and we anticipate that he's really going to start into the central defensive midfield, because we know that Arteta wants to please him and obviously show him that you are the main man of this team, and you have to stay to see it that we go ahead and obviously tussle it out with the likes of Manchester United in the league and Man City to really get back that trophy that they lost last season. Then Thomas Partey alongside who? I think he's going to play alongside Declan Rice. Last time I really predicted that Declan Rice was going to start, but he never started. But this time around, having gotten in some, I think 30-20 minutes, I believe he's going to test his ideal midfield that he wants to play, and I think this is the best game you're supposed to test your midfield on. Declan Rice, Thomas Partey, and the captain himself, that is Martin Odegaard. So I anticipate that that's going to be the midfield three of Arsenal, as Mikel Arteta gets what we call the first real test of the preseason, because Nuremberg not all that the level that could put Arsenal to the test. Then Watford, not all that. So MLS, below standards. The quality was really low, but you don't downplay the win that Arsenal really got. So this midfield is obviously going to come in through and also eat out with Casemiro, Mason Mount, and Bruno Fernandes. It's going to be a highly competitive midfield. So it is that Arsenal have gone ahead to add another jam that is really physical and athletic, and his adrenaline is way above the owner, that is Declan Rice. So I believe that Declan Rice is going to be part of the team and the midfield that Arteta is really going to command to take over the midfield of Man United, because if you signed a player for £105 million, these are games they're supposed to test him and see whether he can really go ahead and obviously thrive into such games. But he might also not start him and obviously bring him on later, because he has been playing with the midfield of Thomas Partey, Trossard, and Fabio Vieira. But I think Odegaard, having gotten some good minutes in and created that goal for Martinelli, he's going to come in through and obviously do the needful. Then, star boy of Arsenal, right. That is the right forward of Arsenal, creating 2 assists in the game of MLS All-Stars, and he was named as the man of the match, though for my case it was Gabriel Jesus, but it was given to Bukayo Saka, and he also scored a goal against Nuremberg. So he's on fire. He has started from where his season ended, having scored 14 goals and put up close to 11 or 12 sorry about that, 12 or 11 assists for the side of Arsenal, and it's going to be facing either Alvaro Fernandez or Luke Shaw. And I think he is improving and his confidence is really growing, and he's the kind of player that you'd love to see face. Luke Shaw has gone ahead not to play a single minute into this preseason, but Alvaro Fernandez has been really playing the 2 games that United really played. So it's really going to be a very hardly contested battle between Luke Shaw or Alvaro Fernandez and Bukayo Saka. Then we go to the left forward position, longly awaited, and he was back, and it came back with a bang. That is Martinelli taking on Aaron Wan-Bissaka or Diego Dallo, but I think it's going to be Bissaka for the first 60 minutes, and then Dallo will come in through to do the needful to obviously see him. So he needs to be on his best to beat Aaron Wan-Bissaka, because Aaron Wan-Bissaka in the world, he's the best 1v1 defender. You know that very well. So we anticipate that everything is going to happen as planned, and Martinelli needs to be on his best. If not, he won't really get past Bissaka, because Bissaka is really a very good player. Then leading the line, obviously Gabriel Jesus, man on fire, creating one goal and obviously scoring one. That is what he's really going to find himself tomorrow into as he takes on Lisandro Martinez and Rafael Varane. Experienced Rafael Varane Rolls-Royce versus Lisandro Martinez. You remember their battle at the Old Trafford when Lisandro Martinez came in through and obviously forward Jesus in just 3 minutes. So it shows you that battle is going to be lit, because Argentina and Brazil, they are always battles, and Jesus is really a very good player that I really like, it, and Lisandro Martinez is my man. So I'm going to enjoy this game of football and see who's really going to win that battle. So guys, we've talked about the battles that we anticipate in that game of football, and we anticipate that it's going to be a highly contested game. I think it's going to be a 3-3 all draw. That's it. Goals are going to go in, and I think it might end into a stalemate. According to me, it's going to be a 3-3 draw, as I see United having some good players in. Mason Mount is in, Andrew Onana in. Arsenal have Julian Timber, Declan Rice and Kai Havertz in. All their benches are really going to be sharp, and that's why I've gone in for that prediction. 3-3 all draw. That's what I've called in for, and hope you guys are really going to go into the comment section and tell me who do you think should feature into this fixture, as far as Arsenal taking on Man United in the MetLife Stadium is really concerned down in New York. So Rokani David remains my name. I cover you all in the precious blood of Jesus Christ. May the living true God bless you abundantly, and my Muslims, Jomar Karim, and may Allah help you throughout your endeavors. So that has been the Preseason Starting 11. I sign out for now. See you later, and obviously we are coming back with more and more stories. Ciao, ciao.